Mix up some pro wrestling, Rampage, and some kaiju clones, and you've got yourself into an intense battle with King of the Monsters, a Neo Geo cult classic released in 1991. We're playing it here as part of SNK Arcade Classics Volume 1, which is available on the PS2, PSP, or the Wii. And it's also been ported to the Super Nintendo and Genesis, but with fewer characters. So you can choose from 6 different monsters, heavily inspired by Japanese guys in big rubber suits. Godzilla, King Kong, and Ultraman are instead Gion, Wu, and Astro Guy. And you've also got a slimy blob dude, a giant beetle, and a big golem to play with. You have 2 primary attack buttons, the ability to run and jump, grapple, pin, and a special attack. Overall, the controls feel pretty similar to a typical beat-em-up or classic wrestling game, and it definitely won't take long for you to figure out all of your maneuvers. And in classic fighting game fashion, you'll go through various locations in Japan to take on the other combatants. And of course, you'll be destroying as much of the landscape as possible in the process. The city in peril will send out their own defenses against you as well, but fortunately, you can do things like grab the helicopters out of the air and use them as lethal projectiles. Unfortunately, you can't grab the buildings and throw them around. You'll have to play the sequel to enjoy that feat. But that's alright for now. It's still damn fun to throw your enemy into those electric wrestling ropes. The combat itself is pretty shallow, but it will still keep you entertained for a while, especially when you're playing with a friend. Basically, you just have to get your opponent's health down low enough to be able to pin them for 3 seconds, and then you can move on to the next rumble. And you'll also receive bonus points at the end of each round for the amount of carnage unleashed. Beating the game does involve fighting every monster twice though, just with stages switched around, so that's a little bit disappointing. Now, while it's definitely not as refined as some of the later Neo Geo fighters like Fatal Fury and Art of Fighting, if you like suplexing your friends into buildings, you'll have a blast. I will say, it's not really worth picking this up for Virtual Console by itself, but as part of this great SNK compilation, it's a wonderful, mindless diversion from some of the other more precise shooters and platformers that are included.